Welcome to Sports Bios, the podcast that delves into the fascinating lives of athletic icons. Today, we embark on a captivating journey through the life of Arthur Ashe, a tennis legend whose impact extends far beyond the confines of the court. As we explore the remarkable story of this trailblazing athlete, you'll discover a complex and inspiring individual who defied conventions, challenged social norms, and left an indelible mark on the world of sports. Born on July 10, 1943, in Richmond, Virginia, Arthur Robert Ashe Jr. entered a world where racial segregation was still deeply entrenched, like a suffocating shroud that threatened to stifle the aspirations of African Americans. His father, Arthur Ashe Sr., a railroad worker with a strong sense of pride and determination, and his mother, Mattie Cunningham, a homemaker with a nurturing spirit, instilled in young Arthur a strong sense of discipline, hard work, and determination. The family's modest home in the Brookfield neighborhood, a predominantly African-American community, would become a sanctuary for Arthur, where he could escape the harsh realities of racial tension that permeated everyday life. As a child, Arthur was an introverted and curious boy, often lost in thought as he explored the world around him. His parents encouraged his love for reading, which would later become a defining characteristic of his intellectual pursuits. The Ashe family's strong emphasis on education and personal development helped shape Arthur's values and aspirations from an early age. His father, a strict disciplinarian with high expectations, also introduced Arthur to the sport of tennis, teaching him the fundamentals on the local playground courts. The sound of the ball bouncing on the court, the feel of the racket in his hand, and the thrill of competition would soon become an integral part of Arthur's life. Growing up in Richmond during the 1940s and 1950s meant navigating a city with deeply ingrained racial divisions, where segregation was not just a reality but a way of life. The Ashe family faced numerous challenges, from limited access to quality education and healthcare to the ever-present threat of violence and intimidation. Yet, despite these obstacles, Arthur's parents fostered a sense of resilience and determination in their son, which would serve him well throughout his life. As Arthur navigated this complex landscape, he began to develop a keen sense of awareness about the world around him, a world that was both beautiful and brutal. As Arthur entered his teenage years, he began to develop a passion for tennis that went beyond mere recreation. Under the guidance of coach Robert Walter Johnson, a prominent figure in African-American tennis circles, Arthur honed his skills and started competing in local tournaments. Johnson's mentorship not only helped Arthur improve his game, but also instilled in him a sense of purpose and direction. The coach's emphasis on discipline, hard work, and strategic thinking would become a hallmark of Arthur's approach to tennis, as he continually sought to balance his love for the sport with his desire to make a meaningful impact on the world. The early 1950s were a transformative period for Arthur Ashe, marked by significant events that would shape his future path. The landmark Supreme Court decision in Brown v. Board of Education, 1954, declared segregation in public schools unconstitutional, paving the way for increased opportunities for African American students like Arthur. Although the road to true equality remained long and arduous, this milestone ruling kindled a sense of hope and optimism within the Ashe family. As Arthur walked through the halls of Maggie L. Walker High School, he began to feel a sense of pride and belonging, knowing that he was part of a community that was striving for excellence in the face of adversity. As Arthur entered Maggie L. Walker High School, he began to excel academically, particularly in mathematics and science. His athletic prowess on the tennis court also earned him recognition, with invitations to compete in regional tournaments and exhibitions. The confluence of academic rigor and athletic achievement would become a hallmark of Arthur's career, as he continually sought to balance his love for learning with his passion for sports. This dichotomy would often create tension, as Arthur struggled to reconcile his desire to succeed on the tennis court with his need to make a meaningful impact on the world. The formative years of Arthur Ashe's life were marked by a delicate interplay between the harsh realities of racial segregation and the nurturing influence of his family, mentors, and community. With each step, he would move closer to realizing his dreams, even as he confronted the challenges that lay ahead. The year 1960 marked a watershed moment for Arthur, as he emerged victorious at the National Junior Indoor Championships. His triumph at the age of 17 signaling the beginning of an ascent that would take him to unprecedented heights in the tennis world. His acceptance to the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, where he would study business administration and compete for the UCLA Bruins men's tennis team, proved to be a seminal decision in his development as a player. Under the guidance of Coach J.D. Morgan, Arthur's game flourished, and he became an integral part of the UCLA team, leading them to a National Collegiate Athletic Association (NCAA) championship in 1965. This achievement not only showcased Arthur's individual talent, but also demonstrated his ability to work collaboratively as part of a team, a quality that would serve him well throughout his career. As Arthur himself noted, "The discipline and camaraderie I experienced during my time at UCLA were essential in shaping me into the player and person I became." These words offer a profound insight into the psychological makeup of this remarkable individual, highlighting the importance of teamwork, discipline, and mentorship in his development. The mid-1960s were a transformative time for Arthur Ashe, marked by significant milestones both on and off the court. This selection was not only a personal achievement, but also a breakthrough moment for African-American tennis players, paving the way for future generations. As Arthur's career progressed, he began to form meaningful relationships with his contemporaries, including fellow tennis players such as Charlie Pasarell and Clark Gravener. These friendships, forged through countless hours of practice, competition, and travel, would endure throughout their lives. One of the most defining moments of Arthur Ashe's career came in 1968, when he won the United States Amateur Championships, defeating fellow American Bob Lutz in the final. This victory marked a turning point in his career, as he began to transition from amateur to professional tennis. The Open era, which commenced in 1968, allowed professionals to compete alongside amateurs, and Arthur was poised to take advantage of this new landscape. As the 1960s drew to a close, Arthur Ashe had established himself as one of the leading players in the world, with a reputation for his exceptional athleticism, strategic thinking, and unwavering sportsmanship. His contributions to the sport extended far beyond his on-court accomplishments, as he worked tirelessly to promote tennis and provide opportunities for underprivileged youth. Through his involvement with organizations such as the National Junior Tennis League, Arthur helped to democratize access to the sport, ensuring that future generations of players would have the chance to develop their skills and pursue their dreams. In the years that followed, Arthur Ashe would continue to push the boundaries of what was possible, both on and off the court. His commitment to social justice, his passion for education, and his dedication to his craft would inspire countless individuals around the world, cementing his legacy as one of the most influential figures in tennis history. As he navigated the complexities of his career, Arthur remained focused on his goals, driven by a fierce determination to succeed and to make a meaningful impact on the world. The inimitable Arthur Ashe, a champion of unyielding conviction and unwavering principle. As his career continued to soar, he remained an unshakable force for social justice, using his platform to challenge the status quo and advocate for human rights. In 1973, his courageous stance against the apartheid regime in South Africa sent shockwaves throughout the tennis world as he refused to participate in tournaments held in the country. This bold move was met with a mix of admiration and criticism, but Ashe stood resolute, his conscience guiding him like a beacon in the darkness. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Ashe's on-court performance began to decline due to a series of health issues, including a heart condition that required multiple surgeries. The grueling rehabilitation process, the endless hours of physical therapy, and the mental anguish of watching his body betray him would have broken a lesser man. But not Arthur Ashe. Despite these challenges, he continued to compete at a high level, winning several tournaments and remaining a top-ranked player until his retirement in 1980. His ability to transcend physical pain and mental anguish, to find a way to win despite being wounded, is a quality that sets him apart from mere mortals. It is a reminder that, as the great poet Maya Angelou once said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." After retiring from professional tennis, Ashe dedicated himself to a variety of philanthropic and educational pursuits. He founded the Arthur Ashe Foundation, which aimed to promote youth education and health initiatives, and worked tirelessly to raise awareness about issues such as AIDS research and social justice. As he once said, "I have always believed that sports can be a powerful force for good, but it is up to us as athletes and individuals to use our platforms to make a positive impact on the world." These words echo through the corridors of time, a clarion call to action for all those who would seek to follow in his footsteps. The ceremony, attended by dignitaries and tennis luminaries from around the world, was a fitting tribute to a man who had given so much to the sport. And yet, even as we celebrated his achievements on the court, we knew that his true legacy lay elsewhere, in the countless lives he touched, the barriers he broke, and the injustices he challenged. Ashe's death on February 6, 1993, due to complications from AIDS, which he had contracted through a blood transfusion during one of his heart surgeries, was a devastating blow to the world of sports. Today, he is remembered not only as a tennis legend, but also as a champion of social justice, a devoted philanthropist, and a true pioneer in the world of sports. He was a complex and multifaceted individual, driven by a fierce determination to succeed and to make a positive difference in the world. Through his courage, conviction, and unwavering commitment to his values, he left an indelible mark on the world of sports and beyond. In a world where sports heroes are often measured by their achievements on the field, Arthur Ashe stands apart. His legacy is a powerful reminder that we all have the power to make a difference, to be a force for good in the world. And so, as we close this chapter on Arthur Ashe's life and legacy, I am reminded of the words of the great poet Ralph Waldo Emerson, who once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Arthur Ashe was unapologetically himself, a shining beacon of hope and inspiration in a world that often seems too dark and too divided. His story will continue to inspire us, to challenge us, and to remind us of the transformative power of courage, conviction, and compassion. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.